All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Please stand if you could for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Tom, take the roll call, please.
Mayor King.
Present.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Present.
Councilmember Postma.
Present.
Helly.
Present.
Obala.
Present.
Fisher.
Present.
Waller.
Present.
Baskin. We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you, Thomas. Item number 1 is a motion for the adoption of the agenda. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2 is a motion approving our minutes from our August 4th, 2025 meeting. So moved. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Nothing under item number 3, awards and recognitions. Under item number 4 is a motion for the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under awarding bid, item number 5 is resolution receiving bids for miscellaneous sanitary sewer structure project. Stephen?
Yep, this is part of our plan to improve our collection system, reduce I&I wherever possible, and we've identified some new sanitary and sanitary sewer manhole replacements to be completed, as well as a sanitary sewer spot repair. This is in conjunction with the lining project that was awarded at the last meeting. Our goal is to come in and do a couple of these spot repairs ahead of the lining projects so that once the liners come in, we have a good complete system once that is completed. So we took bids for this. We sent out, I believe, 5 proposals to different contractors and received 2 back. Alcon Construction Inc. was the low bidder at $124,945.05, and we would recommend awarding the bid to Alcon. Funds will come from our sanitary sewer fund.
Thank you, Stephen. Council, any questions, Mr. Lang, on this item? Nice job on engineering estimate. Pretty much dialed that right in. Looking for resolution for item number 5. So move.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Obala.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. On to petitions and requests. Item number 6 is a motion reviewing a rezoning request. Holly?
During the July 12, 2025 meeting of the Austin Planning Commission, the commission reviewed a request to rezone property located at 900 Fifth Avenue Northeast. The petitioner is requesting to rezone this property from an R1 single-family district to a B2 commercial business district and to amend the future land use plan to commercial retail. The petitioner proposes to use the site for a food truck and seating area, but also wishes to further develop the space in the future. Let's see, I did not receive any objections from the public. The Planning Commission, with 6 members present, recommends approval of the zoning request unanimously. They found the following findings: that the use is compatible with the surrounding use and zoning. No significant impacts are anticipated with regard to the existing infrastructure and surrounding environment. This rezoning action is taken by ordinance for approval of the request. The vote must be unanimous approval for the first reading of the ordinance. If this fails to obtain an approval, the second reading of the ordinance shall be by 2/3 vote. Do you have any questions?
Very good. Thanks, Holly. Council, any questions? Otherwise, looking for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 7 is requesting approval of an ordinance to amend City Code Chapter 11. Holly? Or is that more Craig? Is it written as Holly? Holly.
Oh, this is just the approval of the ordinance for the rezone.
Okay. So looking for a motion for item 7A, preparation.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And 7B, the adoption of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Obala.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 6-0 as unanimous with all in attendance.
Very good. Thanks, Tom. On to item number 8 is a motion approving the Hormel Foundation grant requests rankings. Thomas?
So we added up the rankings from all 8 elected officials. Again, Councilmember Helly, since she might be involved in using some of those funds, abstained. But as you can see, the 13 requests, how they came in with pickleball courts 1, new pool 2, all the way down to the 13th item. So with that being said, we request council approval to submit these to the Hormel Foundation so their contributions committee can then review them and see what ones they can find.
Very good. Thanks, Tom. Council, any questions for Mr. Dankert on this item? Otherwise, looking for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9 is a motion reviewing a fencing request for Riverland Community College. Holly?
This did not go to Planning Commission. This comes directly to council. Riverland Community College wishes to install 1,600 approximately feet of 8-foot fence as part of the establishment of Riverland Lab, which is an outdoor classroom for local and urban agriculture, community food systems, and entrepreneurship. They attached, or they provided some additional documents with more details about the project. Our code, our city ordinance requires that fences constructed within lot areas complying with setback requirements are only allowed to be constructed to a height of 6 feet. But with permission of city council, the fence can be constructed higher than 6 feet. In this instance, again, they're requesting an 8-foot high fence. The proposed fence is located in the interior of the property versus the boundary will be mostly surrounded by trees and does not appear to create any hazards. The fence is open in design, and they were thinking of protecting the things that they're growing in that area from deer and other wildlife. The requested action is to approve or deny the fence limit increase from 6 foot to 8 foot for the proposed project.
Very good. Sounds reasonable. Council, any questions for Mr. or Ms. Wallace? Looking for a motion for item number 9.
So moved.
Second.
With the 8-foot? Approving the 8-foot, that was the motion? Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to item number 10 is a motion reviewing a variance for a detached accessory structure request. Holly?
Again, at the August 12th, 2025 meeting of the Austin Planning Commission, the commission reviewed a request for a variance from our city code, which limits total aggregate of all accessory structures to 1,200 square feet in properties less than 1 acre in a single-family residential district. The petitioner requested a 256 square foot variance for a 26 by 36 addition to their existing 440 square foot garage. With the proposed addition, the total lot coverage with structures would be approximately 30%. 40% is the maximum allowed. After reviewing, the Planning Commission with 6 members present unanimously recommended to council to approve the variance. The Planning Commission made the following findings regarding the request: that the variance is in harmony with the general purposes and intent of the zoning ordinance, that if granted, it would not alter the essential character of the locality in which the property is situated, that there are circumstances unique to the property not created by the landowner, and that the landowner intends to use the land in a reasonable manner not permitted by the ordinance. And I did not get any objections on this item either from the public. I did get 1 phone call.
Thank you, Holly. Council, any questions? Looking for a motion on item number 10.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Item number 11 is a motion granting the Planning and Zoning Department the power to contract for the removal of junk and/or illegally stored vehicles at the following location: 11A, the address 801 18th Street Southwest, the Vogt property. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to citizens addressing the council. Any citizens in the audience looking to talk to council about issues that weren't on the agenda? If so, raise your hand. Come forward. Matt, you here for something?
Okay.
Well, we can always do it in 2 more weeks.
Put the pictures on.
If you could, Matt, just state your name and address for the record, please.
You know, I wanted to say that all these dikes along North Main Street and such, I think they're a threat to my neighborhood.
Matt, can you name and address?
Matt.
Name and
address,
Oh, I'm Matthew Simonson, 607 7th Avenue Southeast.
All right, Matt, we'll give you a couple minutes. Let us know what you're looking to tell us.
Anyway, there's a picture of the dam, the mill pond dam, and that wall back there. Good. And then the wall back there, well, that's used to support the the mill for Chauncey Leverage in 1854. Anyway, it's still there, but then here's a picture of the 2000 flood, which was pretty much a record flood back then, and you can see the wall of Chauncey Ledgeridge's wall back there. You can see how high the water went. And here I was paddling, I quartered the dam, and I paddled around, and I found a Cedar River dragon. They're endangered, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's behind the Fairmont Theater. And then this is a picture of the 2004 flood at the dam, and it's still coming up. And you can see the wall of the mill wall in the background. But here is a picture of the flood in 1903, in May of 1903. And then Chauncey Leverage's mill is still up at the walls over there. You can see that the water isn't quite as high on the wall as it was in 04 and 2000. But also, I'd like to point out that around the band shell, that area, the water apparently didn't flood there in 1903. And then many city streets of houses were built in that area. And then we had them, and they started filling in the nature area behind the hospital, which used to be Austin State Park. They started filling that in after around 1965. And then they built it up at least 9 or 10 feet. And anyway, then in 1978, we had a flood, 2 floods in July, about 10 days apart. And the water was running over the parking lot, maybe less than a foot deep. But for the first time, then the band shell area got all flooded in those blocks of houses. And anyway, I knew a Fred Augustine who was telling me about this. He lived over there and was flooded out. But nobody here has heard of Fred Augustine, I suppose, but used to be the janitor of the old courthouse, the 1883 courthouse. But he would give me tours inside and such. Anyway, he got flooded out, and then he understood that flood was probably higher because the water had to flow faster because they filled in the swamp and everything, and then it pooled up at the band shell and pooled up at Dresner's Park and goes higher than it ever had before. And that's the problem now with all these dikes. 7th Avenue South, 6th Avenue Southeast and 7th Avenue Southeast could be flooded now because it just hasn't been tested. These dikes are since the 04 flood, and the water was coming up over the brink of the top banks along 6th Avenue in 2004, and also flood coming up onto the street through the storm sewer. And then now we got these dikes, which, okay, 20 feet of water could have been stored in there, and now it's not possible. So the water's going to speed by there and pool up like at Dresner's Park and at the Roosevelt Bridge and the band shell. And then where the sewer plant is, and there's a narrows in there, it acts like a dam when the water is so high. So we're going to be flooded. And then what we need is maybe we should get little dikes or something. Like here is a picture of a grass dike about 1.5 or 2 feet high that is by the Roosevelt Bridge. We could use that along the top of the backyards of 6th Avenue. That might keep the water out if we get a big flood again like 04. Or we could, if it's not grass dikes, maybe we could use concrete this is over by Keene Motors, 1.5 or 2 foot high little concrete dike along the top of the high banks of 6th Avenue that would maybe save us, because in 04, people around me where their basements were flooding up, and I was just lucky my basement didn't flood. Anyway, that's what I propose. We should have some dikes along the tops of the banks at 6th Avenue for safety to keep us from flooding out if we have a lot of water again, because now, since the '04 flood, we got big dikes, bigger yet, that will keep the water from being stored on Main Street. In 2000, I paddled my kayak up and down North Main Street because I could do that. And in 2004, I could paddle kayak completely around the Roosevelt Bridge because it was flooded on both sides. And anyway, the water was still coming up then too. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. We do something that we don't get flooded out next time we have a big flood. Okay, prepare in advance, but the big dikes on North Main Street are probably going to be a threat to us. That will get flooded when the water never used to get that high at Van Shell or President's Park or the ballpark.
Thank you, Matt.
Any questions?
I appreciate you coming to us with that. I think we all can agree that the city of Austin's put a lot of effort and time into engineering studies for how we protect ourselves from the next high water event, and I'm really confident that's probably going to be an ongoing issue, but we're doing, I think, great work putting those berms where they're supposed to be, and dikes, as you'd call them, or flood walls. So appreciate you coming to us with that, and I'm sure Mr. Lang is always looking at protecting our city from those water events. So thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else here to talk to council of items that were on the agenda? All right. Citizens just done that. City Administrator, what do you have?
Yes, Mayor, members, the Artworks Festival is coming up, and as you know, we have a City Art Award. We need 2 designees for that. I think we do that Saturday morning, and then they, I think, announce the award maybe early afternoon, but is there a couple of council members that would like to
Volunteers?
serve on that? I think Potsma and Pashusta are our last members.
Anybody else want to judge the Obala maybe? Be free to judge an art award, Obala?
Yep.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
Who do we got?
Obala and Laura.
Okay.
Thank you.
About 9 o'clock on Saturday.
Yes,
Okay. 9 o'clock.
and then Mr. Lang has a item.
Just wanted to update you a little bit on the high water that we're seeing out there today. So, after a rain event, it usually takes about 18 to 20 hours for us to actually see the high water in Austin. So, the high water we're seeing out there today is from the Sunday morning rains that we received here. We received about an inch of water here in Austin, but north of us up toward Blooming was 4 to 8 inches. So the river elevations that you're seeing right now are from that rain event. We haven't seen the river spikes yet from the rain that occurred this morning when we got another 4 inches. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on the river gauges elevations tonight. They're not showing a second spike, but I'm a little concerned that we may get another one here, 18 hours after our rain event that occurred this morning, especially since the rivers are already so swollen. From a public works standpoint, we've had crews in since late in the evening on Sunday evening at the treatment plant, also monitoring our sewer collection system and our streets. We've been blocking off some streets and then reopening them here throughout the day today. But we'll continue to keep an eye on that. But just wanted to let everyone know we're keeping an eye out for a possible kind of second peak that may be coming later this evening. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate your time and attention with that. Also, Jason, you have something?
Well, Mayor and Council, different high water conversation. I wanted to bring up the high water music series, music and movie series. Our last event this year is coming up this Thursday, August 21st. 5 p.m. We'll have food by Rosenthal Concessions, and we'll have Dippin' Dots there as well. And then also at 5 p.m. there will be recreation activities for free, music with Sarah Holden. And then at 6:30, the main event is Incognito, great band. Looking forward to them coming. And then the movie Thursday night will be Encanto, so that should be a good time. So come on out to Van Shell and enjoy an evening in the park.
Very good. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. On to council. Rebecca, anything?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Posty?
Nothing.
Jeff?
Yeah, we had library board meeting last week. I just want to report that the summer reading program numbers were strong. Julie and the team will be meeting to evaluate the programming, thanks to the use of surveys to help us align with the I plans. One initial observation is that we noticed that people were drawn in for summer program and then took advantage of other opportunities. The board wanted to thank the council for approving the use of $17,000 in contingency funds for the RFID update. And Julie is continuing to work with the staff to implement their categories of responsibility matrix, which is helping to have the right people working on the right things, which is helping in a lot of positive ways. And the board is excited for the progress today. So, thank you. That's all I
Thank you,
have.
Jeff. Appreciate it. Laura?
I wanted to say thank you to city staff for the extra budget meetings. It's really been helping me in my process to understand things better and have time to ask questions, but I know it means extra meetings, especially for Tom and Bree that have to come to all of them. And I appreciate employees and boards coming as well. Public Works had a very nice showing last week. It really says a lot to me when employees want to come and engage on their own time. Also, as Craig mentioned, this weekend is the Austin Artworks Festival. Please come down and enjoy the arts, the music, the authors, the people watching, and our neighborhood establishments of beverage and food. They want your business as you enjoy the arts. It is not too late to volunteer. It's a 2-hour shift, and it helps keep the festival free for everyone to attend. And then finally, thanks to Public Works and law enforcement. I know that floods don't come on a schedule, and you have to get out of bed or whatever you need to do to keep the public safe. I think I saw on Facebook that sandbags are available. Where is that? Hacker Arena parking lot. So those are available to the public if you need them for your own property. And that's it.
Very good. Thank you, Laura. Obala?
I want to echo what Councilwoman said. Thank you to the city employee and also the police officers for their work, especially redirecting the highway where people can go. So came this morning, I thought that one was open, and then I have to go back the other way. So, and it's good to also the information you guys put on Facebook is really keeping people calm. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Paul. Paul?
Nothing, Your Honor.
The only thing I have to add is August 27th is the city employees picnic, where the Piggy Blues will be catering, and it's always a good time. Veterans Pavilion starts at 11:30, goes till like 1:30, about that. So I encourage all the council folks and all the employees to get down there. It's always a nice event. With that, looking for a motion to adjourn to September 2.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.